I know we did a video a while back where I was talking about the 7 deadly sins of the final season. And I mentioned at the end that it seemed off to me, that it seemed like it stopped without finishing.
Okay.
So I'm even wearing the 7 deadly sins, like commemorate, because I love that show. It ended. So the second half of season 5 was much, much, much better than the first. It ended. It was tragic. It was good. If I had a criticism, it could have ended, and then they could have just done like a wrap-up episode. But what they did was, for 2 or 3 episodes, they did this almost like we've now defeated the main, like the whole show is all about like good versus evil, heaven, hell. That all comes to a conclusion, and you think, okay, awesome, the quest is done. And then like randomly, no, there's this other villain now that's kind of come up. We almost like we realized we had a few loose ends, and we're going to tie up those loose ends now. And the villain and everything that's there that they have to finally stop pales in comparison to what they just went through, if that makes sense to you. It's just like, seriously? Really? Like you're trying to even suggest that this is as near a threat as what you've just overcome.
Okay.
Fortunately, they don't drag that out. It gets done and resolved quite quickly, and then it ends, quite nicely. It's actually a very nice ending to all of the characters' journeys. So I don't foresee there'd be any more 7 deadly sins like things.
Okay.
Unless they find a way to bring back a couple characters or whatever, but let's see. So yeah, I enjoyed it. One of my all-time favorite animes. McFarlane's brought out the action figures, already trying to find a way to get those. So
nice.
They're literally in an Amazon shopping basket, and every now and again I go and I'm one button click away from order, and
can't tell you how many things I have that are like that at the moment.
So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I may or may not pull the trigger sooner rather than later, but I'll let you know. Then I finished that Masters of the Universe Revelations. I don't know if I've spoken about that. I spoke about it the first half. Definitely did. I have subsequently watched the follow-up. I don't think we've just had time to mention it, or maybe I forgot to in the last recent episodes, but I enjoyed it. I said I enjoyed it to start. Got a lot of criticism from some of the hardcore fans. They didn't like the direction it was going in. I did. I had no issue with Tila and Evil Lyn and whatever, like female characters being done right and being the center of the story. I liked the fringe characters they brought in, how they brought them in. Ultimately, it does come down to He-Man having to save the day, He-Man and Skeletor facing off. They've set up a second season where unequivocally Hordak and the Horde. So I'm excited for the second season even. I'm like, bring it on. And I like the animation. I like I liked it. I'm a fan of the show, and 2 thumbs up to Kevin Smith, because I just like what he does and how he does it. And for me, I could see that he was a true fan.
For sure, yeah.
So for those really hardcore people who can't get past the original cartoon shows or whatever it is, just I think he's done a very good job with everything, my personal opinion. What else did I see? On a similar vein of all of those, there was that new show that I was recently shared with the group, that the Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime, streaming there. Animated, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons meets Archer.
Okay, cool.
Dude. It's for any hardcore Dungeons and Dragons fan out there, someone who've played it, and they played it young, and they played it maybe in their teens or young adult lives. I can speak from my experience, and I've spoken and shared with a few other people, and they all had similar experiences where when we learn to play Dungeons and Dragons, you follow the rules a lot, and your DM, your dungeon master, like refers to the guides and tries to make calls in terms of what rules. And as you get older, you kind of, maybe it's teenage rebellion or whatever, but you're okay with bending rules and breaking rules.
Okay.
And I remember my last Dungeons and Dragon group that I played with, we were very, this very ragtag bunch of questers. You know what I mean? Like we didn't just have you're an elf and you're a dwarf and we were characters with flaws and issues and whatever. So it's like a dwarf who cross-dresses, as an example, you know, or those kinds of weird things happening, or a night elf who's afraid of the dark. Those kinds of things. So issues, but severely talented and skilled, but we all had like flaws in our characters just for shits and giggles, just to see where it would go. And that is Vox Machina. They're all got talents and skills and magical weapons or whatever, depending, and they're also still flawed and dumb. I mean, there's this one, I think he's an imp or I think he's an imp of some kind, and he's just like sex crazed. So first time you're introduced to him, he's a bard, so he's charming some woman with his magical song and then sleeping with her, and then each show he finds an opportunity to sing some very inappropriate sexualized song. It's good, man. It's funny. It's entertaining. The animation is brilliant. I'm loving it. It's my new favorite flavor at the moment. And I think it's only 10 episodes in this season, but each one is worth it. Really good. Cool. Yeah. Big thumbs up for that. Then I don't know if I did mention on camera, I watched Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I think you did, dude. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if I talked about the live action as well as the animated.
Good question. I remember I think you talked only about the live action, dude. I don't remember.
Well, then I don't need to go into that. Good. I'm glad, because that was just on my notes to go through. Then there was that Inside Job Animator that's on Netflix. That's got, I forget the female's name. I might have it in my phone. And Christian Slater plays her dad, the voice of her dad in the show. It's all about conspiracy theories and stuff like that on Netflix. It's really good. It's hysterical. Let me see if I made a note. Lizzie Kaplan is her name. Christian Slater's the dad, Lizzie Kaplan. It's funny. It's hysterical. It's Rick and Morty-ish. It's that one alien show that we were watching as well. It's all of those. It's clever humor, it's intelligent humor, it's cool, fun.
Animated or?
Animated.
Okay.
Animated. And she works for the government, secret divisions of, and basically this division she works for, they run the world. There's a secret society, underground, they all wear masks and stuff, and they make decisions that affect the entire running of the world. And it's like these agents, and her dad used to work there. He was their main scientist, and then he kind of loses the plot when he gets divorced from his wife. And now the daughter was living in the shadow, and now she's in the agency, and she's trying to make her own name for herself there. So it's good. It's funny. It deals with all of those things. Christian Slater's very good as the dad, so like non-caring and cold, and it's good. Really funny. Good watch. I don't want to say too much about it. There's this artificial intelligence like robot that also like almost kills her and everybody. Then they find a way to capture it. They keep it downstairs, and him and her almost become mental sparring buddies in a way. And he's just constantly going like, just connect me to the Wi-Fi. I can solve all these problems. Let me get out there, kind of thing. And she's like, no, you'll take over the world. He's like, and? It's like really good. That little dynamic between the two of them, intellectual sparring and stuff. Yeah, it's a good show. Makes for entertainment, I thought.
Nice one.
So yeah, Inside Job. Watch that. I've started watching an animation that everybody around the world has been watching for years called One Piece, about like pirates and stuff. I don't know too much about it. I've literally just started on episode 1.
I've been living in a cave, dude. Like, but anyway, carry on.
It's on Netflix, and it's highly rated and acclaimed in the community. Cosplayers love it and everything. I'm still finding my feet there. I'll give you feedback once I get a bit more into it. I also watched the new Peacemaker. I've started watching that, the James Gunn.
I heard people are losing their minds over that.
Dude, what I can say, hand on heart, the single greatest intro to any series ever. It is so unexpected. You can Google it, you can YouTube it, the Peacemaker intro. It caught me by surprise. Apparently the song that they used for that intro is now number 1 on the Billboard charts in America because people can't get enough of it. It's brilliant. I mean, do you want me to give you a bit of?
I don't mind.
It's literally, it starts out and John Cena and all them come out on the stage and they do this dance. Like, it's like this choreographed dance, and it's bad because they're not dancers. I mean, he's this big, bulky guy. It's bad, but it's good. And it's this whole choreographed dance to this music with turns, like ballet turns and spins and jumps, and it's brilliant. It's James Gunn. It's like the brilliance of some of those wacky scenes in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It's that kind of brilliance just coming out with this. You just don't expect it, and it's just such a good. The entire cast just dance together, and it's this whole choreographed type of thing.
Have you watched the whole season or not yet?
No. I think I'm about halfway through now.
Because I saw a video, and again, I don't know, I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but someone like, again, it could have been clickbait, but they're like a deleted scene that had the Justice League in, but like from a distance. And I was like,
it's not apparently that's the end of the show kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently there is cameo-like things of the Justice League.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's the actual, I haven't got there yet. So I don't know if it's the actual.
Yeah, I'm interested to know why, but again.
Oh no, but it does. It Gunn's whole thing does tie into the Snyderverse and all of that stuff. So it is Snyder's Justice League as you would know them. He's in that universe with them, etc., etc. So it's that. But I just don't know if some of the guys are there making cameos, or if they've got very good body doubles, deep fake CGI. I don't know. But yes, it's good. It's different. It's a very.
Is that also on
show.
Amazon?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I haven't seen it on Amazon. I'm downloading it. Bad.
Dude, we do live in like the other side of the world, so some things we have to. Unfortunately, there's just no way around it. So.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, like I said, I'm in it, and it's good. Like Robert Patrick is in it as his dad. There's a hectic dynamic there, father son. Yeah, like phew, good acting, just good acting. Like you could see, he's just living for his dad's approval to a degree, and Robert Patrick is like this dismissive, that looks down at his son, kind of like nothing he can do is good enough. It's hectic, but it's good.
Okay.
So I'm keen to see how it all comes together, finishes, wraps up. There was this amazing scene in the first episode with an eagle. He's got a pet eagle, and like literally this scene where the eagle hugs him, and it's so random and unexpected. I was like, it's brilliant but weird. Yeah, it's a James Gunn type of thing. You can see Gunn's having fun.
Okay, cool.
With the show, so I'm keen for that. Apparently, there's a character in one of the graphic novels that I've given to you called. He's like a bounty hunter or something like that. I forget his name. It's probably bounty hunter or literally something like that. And in there, I didn't actually get to read it yet. There's a story that Alan Moore wrote about that character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
like he's an assassin for hire type gun thing, similar like half of the damn Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
This character looks different. He looks almost like Darkhawk from Marvel's side.
Okay.
Cool helmet and that. And he's in the show. And yeah.
Sure, Ellen was overjoyed.
And apparently like that character is just based on this one Alan Moore story that's in this book here for you to read. Like Alan Moore just nailed it when he did a story on this guy, and everyone was like, that is it. Like that is the definitive version of this character. Thanks, Alan Moore.